Hey, let's talk about a recent publication in the journal Frontiers in Physiology. The title of the paper was Effective Increased Protein Intake and Exogenous Ketosis on Body Composition, Energy Expenditure, and Exercise Capacity During a Hypocaloric Diet in Recreational Female Athletes. You could see the title of the paper posted on the screen. So in this study, they took 32 female athletes, average age is 22, average body weight was 128 pounds. And for 4 weeks, they restricted calories by 30%. And I can attest to the fact that in trained subjects, 30% is a lot. And it's definitely not easy to do. So they were then randomized to receive either an increased daily amount of dietary protein, roughly 2.0 to 2.2 grams per kilo per day, or they received a ketone ester 3 times a day, 20 grams, or an isocaloric placebo. They measured body comp using DEXA, and they also measured resting energy expenditure. Now, here's what's interesting. The drop in fat mass was actually similar between the 3 groups, with an average fat mass loss of about 5.7 pounds. That's pretty good for a month. However, both the placebo and the ketone ester group lost lean mass, whereas the protein group had no loss of lean mass. Another surprising finding is that both the placebo and protein groups had a drop in resting energy expenditure. I mean, that makes sense in as much as during a period of energy restriction or dieting, resting energy expenditure drops due to a drop in body weight. Yet, on the other hand, the ketone ester group preserved resting energy expenditure despite the loss of lean body mass. So what's the bottom line? Well, at least with this study in lean young female athletes, if you keep your protein intake high at about 1 gram per pound of body weight, it'll go a long way to preserving lean body mass when you're cutting calories. On the other hand, ketone ester supplementation had no effect on body composition during a period of caloric restriction. Now, this study certainly supports others showing that if you want to preserve lean body mass, you got to eat a lot more protein. And for those of you who still think the 0.8 grams per kilo per day of protein is something that applies to people who are exercising, you're just way behind the times.